welcome to another episode of the Monkey Business Show. We're back after, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks of just decompressing. What's up, boys? How are you feeling? Major Winner Ceb, how are you feeling today?
Back to jail. No, I'm embracing the joke. We freaking crack it. It's mine. Yes. Feeling good? Feeling good?
You got spoiled there. What is that in the back? Like, you got a desk now, or is that a mirror?
Oh, it's like it's not like a painting. What's it called? It's like a poster.
Oh, it's a poster. Okay, they let you have those in there now.
He had to go on the wall. Yeah. The what's it called? The warden. He's nice. We got along.
Okay, so good terms. Okay.
He watched the major, so he said you can have one poster.
Good boy. Yeah. Congrats, major winner finally, Ceb. Did you sink in?
Wow. Okay.
The finally part.
The finally part. No, it did actually sink in after. It was it was very in the moment. Didn't maybe realize, just like you get caught up kinda by the action, just focusing on what you have to do in the next hour, the next day. Then eventually you realize, oh, we actually won the whole tournament. That's pretty crazy. So I think it's only after that you truly realize. So it's amazing. It's amazing. Got me to meet the French president. What an honor. He doesn't really care about TI. I guess he only cares about majors.
Was that it? Was that what pushed it over the edge for the invite? Or don't you think you would have gotten it anyway?
I think I would have gotten it anyway. It was like a timing where they wanted to have this like whole esport thing happen with that timing. So yeah, I think I would have gotten it anyway.
So tell me more. I want to know more about why the president met you, and how was the whole experience, and why your suit was nicer than his.
I mean, I got told basically so I met him on a Friday, and on Tuesday I got a message like saying, "Hey, are you around on Friday?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am. Why? Do you want to meet the president?" I'm like, "Yes, I do." That's kind of how it went down at first. It was very informal because it was like a friend that told me about it. Basically, they got so there's like a French esports association called France Esports
Association. Is that the full name?
Sure. I didn't give you the full name. I figured you got it.
I want to see their offices.
Yeah. And they have been in touch with the president's cabinet. No, what's it called in English? Like his... Yeah. So they're like the main... what's it called? Like speaker. And they have been warned by the president's cabinet that they wanted to hold like an esport thing. Obviously, there is like an important election coming. Maybe it's linked, maybe it isn't. Who knows? Probably it is a bit.
Probably a little bit. Yeah.
Probably a little bit. And then they wanted to have like this, thing about kind of honoring the French esports scene, which they haven't done, which nobody ever has done. Whether it's this government or all the others. And then they just. So it was not a me thing. It was more of a French esports scene thing. And then 6 people were kind of brought up to the front lines. Maybe the people that, I don't know what the wording is, but influenced maybe the French scene the most or impacted it the most. And I was part of the lucky 6. So got to be there, got to get up on stage with the president, answer like a question. So kind of.
What was the question?
Answer a question.
Why we
My question was... I thought my question was pretty bad, actually. Like, the question I was asked was... so, you ended up being 2 times world champion, etc., etc. It's amazing, etc., etc. Tell us how it happened. And then... But I got told that I have 1 minute. More or less.
Dude,
on stage.
That's what you flag in the documentary. It's like, please go here, what's true side,
Yeah, but I'm like... You want me... So
like
first it was Team Shakira, and then, I mean, how am I gonna... What do you mean, how it happened? So I just kind of ignored the question and just, said that I was happy to see more support coming the way of the French esports scene, because I thought it's, much needed, and it's better late than never. But
you ignored their question? You're like, nah,
Yeah,
don't talk to
pretty
me.
much.
All right, let me tell
I
you
mean-
what's up. Thank you all.
I mean, I told him I'm not gonna go through the entire career. I don't think. I think it's gonna be quite boring.
You guys with me? 1, 2, 3. First, I was on Team Shakira. Second of all,
Dude, 1 minute, imagine, you know.
I think this gets to show our board meetings. Seb answering whatever he wants at any time that we ask him a question. So Seb, what do you want about this? It's a great
No, but it's
question.
like-
I'm not gonna answer it, but it's a great question. Let me tell you about something
cool. Thanks
else.
for asking a question. I like that you tried. Let me tell you what's up.
I felt like the question was just, not interesting and
You tell
also
him,
not doable.
Mr. President.
Honestly, though,
Whoever
I
wrote
like
these
that.
questions.
I like that.
No, it was not the president, by the way, asking the question. Else I would have like answered. It was, I mean, it's like it was the
Speaker.
What's it called? Like the speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, the speaker.
Okay.
I think that's
then the
what I'm gonna
president-
tell the guys now, or that we're gonna tell them now. If they go to an event and they don't like the question, just answer something else. Make up your own question in your mind and start going. Like, just ignore.
I mean, dude, that's kind of what politics do, right? Maybe
Yeah.
the president was like, "Ah, this guy's good." You know, like that's what I do all day.
This guy knows.
It's
how
kind
was
of what they
talking to
do. They're
Macron?
like, they repeat the question and then they give you like a complete different answer. You know, it's like, hey, what are you gonna do for the purchasing part? They're like, yeah, the purchasing part that is really important, and this is definitely something I want to tackle. But first, let's talk about agriculture. Like, dude, what the hell? Like, I just asked you something precise. But
What did
no,
you
no,
whisper, or did he whisper into your ear? Or did you whisper into his ear? Well, who was it that whispered something? I don't remember.
Oh.
There was a picture, right?
Wait. Oh, no. No, wait. What are you referring to? I think I missed that part.
I think there was a picture of you two, and one of you bent over, like said something to the other guy's ear.
Bend over? That's a different
Oh,
picture.
no. It was it was a handshake.
Oh, okay, then like a French
Maybe
kiss, like
that's-
on both sides of the
No, no. There
I
was
would have
none
done
of
that
that.
to the
It was
French
just
president. Are you kidding me? I would have shown him
it
some
was
manners.
just it was just a handshake. It was just a handshake.
Don't you? Isn't that rude?
To handshake the president. So I was told before we go on stage by the runner.
You're not allowed to kiss him.
Yeah. Yes.
Just in case.
Yes.
Just in case.
Don't fight with him, you know. Let him win. If he decides to fight you with his
Wants to fight you.
fist, do not hit him back. Let him win, or you'll be shot. No, but I was told, do not shake his hand, or like, you know, like
Don't go
nothing
for
has
it.
been planned, so that you just go for him. But then the first guy that was with us, that was told the same. He just walks on stage, just runs to the president and shakes his hand. So I'm like, I guess it's happening, you know.
Dude, Seb,
But there was
this-
like some,
Yeah.
yeah, it was funny, some funny behind the scenes moments.
Tell me the behind the scenes moments. Dude, I want to know how
I
you felt
mean-
meeting him and all that. Yeah.
Okay, it felt like he gave us the impression that he really knew who he was talking to, and you know who we were, even though I of course assumed that he has many other things, you know, greater things to do, and I'm hoping that he does. Else I'd be you know, kind of concerned for my country. So you know what I mean is like he probably spent very little time getting briefed on what is esports. Maybe he knew already. I don't know. Or you know, what is Dota? Who am I? Who are the others? But he even started cracking jokes about how one of his ministers might make a comeback, just like Ceb made a comeback. You know, I'm like,
Ooh,
whoa.
so he had
So
it
you know
written
about
and
that.
everything. Oh.
Yeah, he knew. You know,
Maybe
and,
there's someone from
and
the French Esport Academy or whatever scene that had like gave him these notes. It was like, this one is good, so
Yeah.
trust me.
exactly. I think, you know, I'm not behind the scenes, so I don't really know how these things happen, but I can only assume that I don't know, he must have devoted half an hour to this maximum kind of preparing.
Maybe
you know?
he's a Dota degenerate like you. Maybe his win ranger is higher level or more focus fire damage. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I have flamed him in a pub and then something bad is about to happen. That's why they showed me
God.
this little door and they told me go there, and I'm like, no, I'm not going there. It's too far away from the crowd. No, I mean he was nice. I mean he felt respectful and stuff, which I'm sure that was kind of the purpose of him holding this whole thing. But yeah, he didn't give me the impression that he didn't care. You know, he gave the impression that he cared a bit, knew what he was talking about, and also respected, I guess, esports in a way, and said that he was gonna push to have as many big esports events as possible in France. Whether or not that is gonna be true is yet to be seen. But he said he wanted TI in 2024. He said, and then he pointed at me and he said, "I rely on you," I think, or something like that, such as that France should win it. And then I'm like, damn it, I think this is like a This is like a president's order, you know. Don't you go to jail if you don't answer the call from the president?
Yes, you can tell yourself whatever you want, Seb. I think,
No, I'm kidding.
dude, that would be very funny. Now, like, guys, as the president, you know, the president told me that I have to play, so
I have no choice.
I have no
but
choice.
to- yeah.
I don't know if I could resist the temptation just to troll a bit. I don't know. The
How
temptation
would
be
you
so
have
high.
trolled your way in then?
I don't know. Like I would get close to him and just like tell him like so only him and me knew. Like while cameras are there, like I didn't vote for you. And I have a big smile on my face, like thumbs up.
And the problem is that you kind of have to vote for him because the other ones were, you know, the ultra right, right? It's something like that, the Le Pen family. Not to really
Yeah,
get
it
into
was-
politics.
it-
So
it was
great
him or
system. Is it
ultra-right?
two people? You have two choices, huh?
no, you have
just-
many more, but those are the two big ones, you know.
Oh,
Oh, in France, you have first round is you have I think we had up to 9 this time, maybe something around those lines, and the second round is only 2 remaining from the first round.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
would have voted.
So
for
those
him.
were the two choices, like the super right wing and Macron.
Yes, for the second round. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You see, so you actually vote for him. Yeah.
Still though, I don't know if I could resist just for the face, you know, because there would be cameras. I would just like to see every frame of his facial expression when you. I don't know. You could throw any punchline, you know.
Dude, he seemed phased by nothing. Like he seemed. I mean, obviously, you know, he must be really good at this, but like, I don't know, because we were on,
Sounds like a
on the
challenge.
same stage, right? Looking at the same people. He seemed very, very comfortable. Obviously, he must be doing that a lot. But yeah, hand shook. Almost everybody, like not everybody, but like a lot of people later from the audience, like took time, spent time with everyone. I was like, whew, this must be, you know, exhausting. Having to do this. I don't even know how many times a week he does it. Probably more than 5 times minimum.
I mean, it doesn't make sense for him to put the event if he's not going to lean in, you know? So he needed to know about you
True.
guys. He needed to be there because, I mean, the idea of what he's trying to do, which, by the way, I actually think is authentic. I don't think this is all just
Maybe he's a
politics.
robot.
Okay, Johan with the great takes. I mean,
I have
I'm
no
starting
idea
to
how it
regret
works
you
here,
not
Johan.
being there,
Okay,
dude.
you
Like,
got my attention.
I'm-
I was going to say something smart, but let's just focus on the robot.
I'm regretting more and more not having Johan there. Actually, I think we would have.
I think I
been in
could have
for
been a
good
great
run.
addition to this get together.
Yes, of course. I have no
I
doubt
have a
about
lot
it.
of good things to say about France and French
Yes.
people. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, let's get there. This is probably good.
That's
good
what you
stuff.
need.
I
have to
have one
brush up your
condition is I
fake
want
accent.
Titouan Merlot to also be there present.
Actually, he was not in town for that.
Oh.
Yeah, he missed it.
So when you get there selected to be one of the chosen ones, who was there with you out of the 6?
Chosen.
Who was the big 6?
So there was Laure Vallée, which is like the League of Legends host, French host. You've probably
She was the
seen
one
her.
from the OG night, right?
Yes.
Yes, exactly. She was there. So there was her. There was one of the Vitality founders, Neo.
Okay.
There was the two founders of the Carmine Corp, KC, you know,
Okay.
Yeah, and there was a guy called Gluttony is his nickname. He's a
Gluttony?
Super Smash Bro.
Gluttony?
Gluttony.
His name is Gluttony. Oh, damn.
I mean, if you
Gluttony?
hear him speak, you realize his name is Gluttony, and it makes no doubt because his English is not the best. I mean, what I mean is like he says Gluttony himself. So coming from the man's mouth, you know, I'm sorry, but you're wrong here. Yeah, how many is that? And me, yeah, that's 6. That was.
Was
6 of us.
Serator also there, or?
Oh, of course, yeah, Zerator was there. Yeah, of course, I forgot him. I mean, he was like on another level, kind of, because he was the one. So the excuse that they took for this meeting happening was that was going to be the Trackmania Cup on the Saturday, and they were like, yeah, within that range of events, we're hosting this, and he's the one organizing it. So he was like the one speaking up to what it was and presenting it, which is kind of weird, like using Trackmania as like the esport flagship. But I don't know. I think the timing was just convenient for
Just
them.
timing, yeah. Maybe we're just waiting for you to finish the major, you know? They were
Maybe,
like, okay,
maybe.
now
Yeah,
he's done, you know?
I think so.
Yeah. He was like, "Hold on, Putin. I got something to do. I'm gonna be busy. I'm sure this is the most important thing in his mandate. I'm sure."
Okay, so now maybe it's like I have a lot of appreciation for you, but do you felt that out of the people that were representing the group, that you guys had any kind of like real ambitions, politic-wise, where you guys will be actively trying to fix these or change these or be like agents of change? Or it was more like a one-off and then, okay, we took the photo with the president and that's it?
I
Do
mean,
you think
it
it's gonna
did
be
feel more
follow-up?
like a one-off. I think that with the amount of stuff that the president said, he's gonna be kind of hold accountable to his words, and I think that now they have to show some sort of like dynamic for the esports in France, like this government for sure. It's gonna be they're gonna get a lot of flack if they don't. That's how I feel. And yeah, as for the politics, I don't know. I just feel like whatever action they want to take, they probably need people to help guide the action. And if they need me, then I'm happy to help. Because I mean, I've seen so many things that make absolutely no sense, and I've also seen a lot of people in the space. Actually, there's a lot of like imposters. Like they actually don't know anything about esports and what they're talking about, and they're just there. You know, like I saw a lot of them also at the event. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like they're not gonna say these things to you, but when you hear them speak about esports, you're like, yeah, that's not it at all. You know, like, but whatever. So what I mean is like, I'm just hoping that they find the right people to guide them through. And if they don't, and they need me to help, then I'm happy to help. But yeah, and hopefully other people in this space are also happy to help because I think it's quite required.
I have to say that as a person that lives in North America, the French scene has never really been pretty prominent in my life. But since I joined OG, I became more and more aware. And dude, there is a lot of really great things happening on the French scene. I know I always sound like the hype guy, but there is a lot of really cool people there, a lot of people that really move a lot of audience, and a lot of like cool CEOs that are doing cool stuff. So yeah, I mean, as much as we make fun of the Frenchies, it's pretty amazing what's happening out there. And,
Hear that, Johan? Hear that? You hear?
you still have a weird accent, you know. But
I wasn't gonna interrupt. I was gonna ask, do you have esport in schools yet? Do you have like classes for esport?
No, I think that's what they need to work on. Like there are some, but it's it's not formal. It's like not official. They need like some official state stuff.
Yeah, because we have that in Denmark. We've had that for I think over 5 years almost. Yeah.
You guys are so much ahead.
I haven't been to one. I have a funny story though. It was like, I haven't done much for the scene, I guess, the Danish scene, except very few things and being Danish and winning in Dota. But one time I got asked if I wanted to go to like an event and talk about gaming, and with like maybe the focus on, healthy gaming or what's like the good things you can pull from it and how to, treat it as well, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, sure. I'd heard about esports in schools, and I was expecting, I didn't ask. I was just expecting or assuming it was going to be like young to middle-aged young kids, like anywhere 13 to 16, maybe more, And I go there, and it's like, we're talking like 7 to 10-year-olds. And I had all these things planned about like taking care of your life, making it in the balance, making sure you're doing the things you're supposed to do, and sitting posture and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, I was not ready for this. And the first question that I get asked is like, do you have a girlfriend? And it's like, have you played this game? Do you play Fortnite? Or like, oh, I got so baited. It was fun, I had a really good time. But
how long did you stay there? Like, how long did it take?
It took like an hour or something, and then I actually met up with my friend there, and I stayed for like another hour. It was pretty fun. It was not bad, but I got in with the mindset of like, I don't mind getting better at it too, like talking about things and blah blah blah. Like, do you play Fortnite? Do you have a girlfriend? Oh, boy.
It's like, if I had a girlfriend, do you think I'll be playing video games all day?
yeah, that's pretty good actually. Oh, these events, some of them are pretty nice, and some of them are big baits.
Yeah, when I went to the Bahamas and all that, I gave a presentation also on esports, and I had to find a comedic way of telling it because all I was speaking to, it was the normies, They didn't know anything about gaming. And pretty much what I was cracking jokes were like, look, when you were 16 and you were trying to get laid? Well, we couldn't get laid. That's why we play video games. So all this sexual energy that we couldn't put somewhere else, we put it on getting very good at one video game. And we got so good at a video game, that we started making money out of playing that video game. So, yeah, I got a lot of laughs. There's a lot of truth in there, though.
I mean, there's probably some truth in it. Yeah.
Some truth. I don't know. Maybe you were more successful in high school than me.
No.
But
Yeah,
no,
definitely introverts and
Mhm.
video games is like an easy outlet, right? Especially for people who have a harder
Do you
time
feel
being
like
social.
it's less and less true, or not?
I
Do you feel
definitely
like
think there's
it's
more of the
changing?
other group. Yeah, no, but in Denmark it's, and I think in general in Scandinavia there was a bit of that in the very beginning, but very quickly you have people of more walks in life, or like people who also like, are social, go to parties, do sports. They also really enjoy playing games. But games is also just an easy outlet for people who have an issue with those normal social activities. And therefore there are probably, and there's probably always going to be a slight big or more of a draw for that group, I can imagine. But I do think it's less and less true, definitely worldwide. But I think in Denmark it's been, I don't know, you have a bunch of people who just like video games, people from all kinds of walks in life, like also sports and the super social ones, yeah.
I
Who
do
doesn't
have
like games?
I do have a question for you guys that I came to the realization the other day. So I grew up playing like board games and like role playing games like Dungeons and Dragons and all these like super nerdy stuff. I love it. It's a big part of my life. Even as an adult, I go to play sometimes in the evenings, those games. And there's this company called Critical Role that plays D&D and all that. But that audience has not really crossed into the video game audience that we are. Like this nerdy audience, even though I know they play video games, it hasn't really crossed that much into the, you know.
But
I
you have a
saw,
bunch of different games still,
yeah,
right? Like you have also people who play chess. Sometimes it crosses over to Dota more than other games, but you have Counter-Strike crosses over to, a bunch of different games, like Fortnite probably included too, or vice versa. And definitely Valorant and blah, blah, blah. I think in general, games are always going to have different groups, peer groups, people are interested in it. And you're like D&D and you like Dota, that probably does go hand in hand too, quite often. But yeah, not always. And you have hardcore D&D people who just like that type of game.
so let me put the take. Let me just frame it as a take. I feel that in competitive esports, a lot of people that come to competitive esports come from playing sports. They were playing sports at one point, and a lot of that competitive edge that they experience now, they experience it here. Like Ceb used to play football, I used to compete. I feel that there is more competition than just the pure nerds that were just playing D&D. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I think you
probably
have a
some of
point.
both. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have a point.
It's true. Like very often you talk to people that are very like committed to either playing, competitively or watching competitive, and yeah, there's always like this element of like I used to, play sports at a high level or like high level, whatever, maybe not the highest level, but like seriously, as in like competitively, and or video games or something. I mean, there's definitely a thing about being competitive. It's like a temper, I guess. Some people are very competitive, some are less, and probably this whole ecosystem attracts the competitors because
Yep.
for obvious reasons.
Well, maybe for example, the Dungeons and Dragons is more like the performative. We used to perform these characters, and we play more like the role-playing games, which probably lean into other kind of games. More the World of
Yeah.
Warcraft and all that. So we talked about the president. We talked about the major, obviously, in the episode that we have there. Seb, have you been playing a lot?
Decent amount. Like over the last week, before the last week, no, barely, and the last week, yeah.
You like the patch?
The patch, uh, not so much. I think. It's still another non-patch. I mean, I like it in the sense that I think it's decent changes. I mean, some of them are weird, but for the most part, they're okay. But it's not a patch. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like a big
It's not a big
gameplay
patch.
change or economy change, or there's nothing really very exciting besides maybe Marcy to captain's mode is the most exciting, I guess.
I think the salves changed the most.
Yeah, right.
Changed the
The
game.
salve is a big change. Oh, clockwork! I'm enjoying my clockwork now.
Yeah, you can farm some creeps and you can
I'm
max
only
cogs
farming,
and-
dude.
Yeah,
I'm
max,
AFK farm.
max battery rocket too. Oh,
Yeah. So that's kind of
farm
fun.
mode.
But I think the game is still at the same stage. I can't even remember for how long it's been. This yeah, the state of the game right now, this thing about silent towers, bounty runes, like the whole economy, how it's played, efficiency on the map, like it feels that it's been at least 1 year and a half or something,
Yeah.
maybe more.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
more even.
I was watching the
It's
screens.
been a
Right?
while.
I was watching the screens, and right now, for example, I'm watching Outsiders and play. It's the same game. There's a few things
Yeah,
that have
it is the
changed.
same.
It's the same. A few heroes
Minor
have changed, you
twists.
know, but it's the same
Yeah.
game. The same movements around the map. It's just, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen any difference. And if you blink, you know, and you close your eyes a little bit, it's like, it's the same game that 3 days ago, you know? So,
No, it is for sure. I'm kind of missing some layers of Dota. Okay, it feels like you cannot sacrifice efficiency for anything else in a way, like, or to a certain degree, and I don't like this. Well, I think one of the big strengths of Dota is that it's always been so versatile as a game. Like, you had so many ways to play the game. And I thought that was really cool. Like, some teams were mega aggressive, some other were super slow, and all of them could win, kinda. You know, the game would allow them their playstyle to work. And I feel like that's not as true as it used to be right now. Yeah. And I
Oh my
regret
God.
it.
Some of these changes, man. Some of these changes. What the hell?
Which ones? Which ones?
Omni Knight bonus base damage rescaled from 60, 70, 80, 90 to 55, 70, 8500.
No, there was one. Wait,
Who
there was one.
cares?
I'm gonna find it for you. You have to. I'm gonna find it. You have to explain. There was like a hero that got +1 Aggie. Oh yeah, I think it was the Darcier actually. Yeah. Okay. Darcier base agility increased from 18 to 19. Like how? Why? What is it? How do you come up? I want to understand. I don't even care if it's a good or a bad one. I want to understand what thought process leads to, yep, this is what we need right now. Base Aggie from Darcier to 18 to 19.
that was the problem with Darkseer. Now it's there. Now it's there.
But why is it 18 in the first place? Why does it have to be 19? Why, like, what's going on? This is like, it's such a mystery. The you know, the backstage room of these patches. I wish that one day I'm just allowed like 5 minutes in, just to listen in for 5 minutes, you know?
You got Windranger nerfed by 10?
Yes. Yeah. Actually, this has to be like a
For you. It's like,
individual nerf, right?
Yeah.
Because I was literally the only one playing it. Okay.
and
I'll
Then
take it as a pride.
I watched some competitive games. I don't remember who's playing it. And they're playing position 4, Windranger granted. But then they end up not buying it at 50 minutes and they don't even have the
Yeah.
shard like minute 25.
Yeah.
What's going on, you know?
That's a no. I
How do
mean,
you pick it now?
yeah,
Whatever.
that's a no. I was watching some managers, they're rushing this vessel. I'm like, come
Yeah,
on.
Vessel. I saw Vessel too.
I've done
They
the
don't have
same
it-
thing, literally textbook for every single game. You know, it's not hard to copy. It's like it's brain dead gameplay. But yeah.
Seb, do you feel that the nerf feels powerful? Because I felt it's the same spell even
No.
then. It's the same thing.
It doesn't change much.
Yeah.
No. Doesn't change anything.
Ay. And even
Okay,
the Wraith
it's
pack,
okay.
the Wraith pack, do you feel that it's been very nerfed? Because it also feels very similar. It's just easier to
I
kill it
actually
now.
think it's a good. That was
Yeah.
one of the best changes in my opinion. I think
Yeah,
it's
me
a
too.
decent nerf, but it's still viable.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. You like it, Johan?
Yeah, it's a good change. I definitely think the 5 to 4 was good, very good. Who cares about the gold? Model size increase, I agree. It was pretty
Yeah.
hard to see. Yeah, I mean, sure, I like this. And if it's still broken, I think maybe 3 hits is going to be too little. But yeah, it's like a carry hitting it with BKB active. Usually that is the one to
Yeah.
kill it. And 5 hits is a lot, you know. 4 is more manageable. 3 might be very little. But it's still an expensive item, you know. So yeah, I like the change. I really do.
I feel like right now a big part of the impact is that people are really bad at playing against it. Like, they don't understand that
Yeah.
it really needs to
It needs to die.
Like, it
Why-
has to get destroyed.
It's still 4 or 5 hits it used to be from BKB carry. It's like if it's a TA or if it's like a certain type of hero, it's like it's too much. You know, the impact this item will have on the fight is so much anyway.
I've
Reduces so
started
much
to
damage.
think that it has to be not the obviously the carry has to be hitting something else. I agree. Even 3 hits sometimes is too much. Even sometimes 1 hit is too much. Like, you just gotta kill the guy that you get a chance to kill. But then, this Mars that has all spells on cooldown, what else does he have to do anyways? It's not like his right clicks are gonna do much.
You should try. Anyone should try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Johan, have
Good
you
change.
been playing?
No, not at all.
I like the no. This is like, no? What do you expect? Like, leave me alone?
Nope, not at all. I have been watching. It's fun to watch. It's very nice to watch. I'm very excited to watch the new patch. I love watching the new EG, and I don't know. It's hype. There's some hype things.
How did they lose? What happened? I actually
lost.
missed it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
the
the other guys won.
I've been doing it.
The other guys won, eh? They played really well versus EG. Seafreak and the boys.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Mirana
EG is great.
Seafreak.
They
The
just
classic,
No, I mean, EG is great. They just found a better team. It happens.
I'm sure they will find some, something more jelly, something better together. But I also got the vibe overall that they might not enjoy playing in their roster, all of them. But what do I know? It's I'm not their manager, and I don't really know anyone from that team. So I'm just speculating that if they had the freedom to do all roster changes that they each wanted to do, it wouldn't look like this. But I could be wrong.
I think that sentiment is actually for many teams right now, because the way that all the teams are working right in the calendar, everybody's kind of imprisoned with their own teams. Nobody can leave, because I know from other people that didn't feel 100% okay in the teams that they were, but they can't really form new teams, and you're kind of stuck until TI with them.
That's kind of rough.
That sounds rough. That does sound really rough.
Yeah. And if you leave, you're screwed. First, you screw your team, which you don't want to, because you only can play.
How so?
Well, because you cannot really play a lot of the games with a stand-in, So let's say, for example, that tomorrow Ceb had to stand in for a team. Ceb, it's only a hypothetical, okay? Relax.
Yeah, okay.
don't pack your keyboard yet. But you're only allowed to play a specific amount of games, as an stand-in. So you can't really change anybody doing this DPC. Then obviously the points is a massive thing, If you were to change, you lose points. And then you don't have a place that you can go to play. So you hurt your team, you hurt your chances, take points away, and then you don't have a way to go into another team. So you're stuck. The system right now is you're stuck. If you're doing halfway decent, you can't leave until after TI.
Yeah, kind of tough. But by the way, did you guys understand what did you get from the new format? I'm not sure I understood all of it.
Of TI?
Like the new TI format? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 30 teams. And so what they're doing is they're going to bring different stages. Well, actually, I like the idea of it. I have maybe a few input here and there, but actually I like the idea. It's a bigger tournament. It's a month tournament. At the beginning, you bring the last chance qualifier teams, So there's going to be a specific teams for regions that are going to go there and they're going to fight it out. And
So
that
is that the same of what would have been the close qualifiers?
I think that it's going to be a version of the wild card of the best teams are going to go direct to the main, and the second ones are going to go to that last chance qualifier event.
But who gets to play that wild card though?
I am not sure they're playing it yet.
Oh, okay.
But there will be a pre-event before the event, which is good because we always complain, well, we don't want to see the big games online, bringing them.
And that's on-site?
Yes.
So there's not going to be any online qualifier?
Yes, there will be an online qualifier that gets into the last chance qualifier there. So you're bringing teams there. And then that is...
It's going to be really high. I like that part a lot.
So wait, TI was 18 teams last year, right? Mm-hmm. So they need to knock out 12 teams in that stage?
To
my knowledge, we're not knocking out because, for example, OG is not playing that part of the event already.
Yes, there's a first part that has the 30 teams, and then out of those 30, there's going to be maybe, 15 of the teams or 18 of the teams fighting for 12 spots or something, I guess. I don't know.
Correct.
Something like that. Or
correct.
Maybe there will be 4 teams fighting for, I don't know how it's going to work.
So my mathematic is, I think there's going to be 10 teams fighting for 4 slots or something like that.
Okay.
And then there's going to be a group of teams that are going to be directly qualified. So we go into the second group already. So let's think about it. The first week is the last chance qualifier. The second week is group stage, and then the third week is playoffs and finals. So teams that go directly qualify will go directly to the second group. So what they're doing is they're making some of those amazing games. And think about it like the OG Tundra last year on a LAN.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That would be amazing, that happened for me to be some of the best games last year. Some of
I mean, the meta is gonna be quite crazy. Actually, it's gonna be one of the first time that they're like extending even longer how long the meta is gonna be.
And the playoffs will all the playoff games will be on stage, right?
So there's gonna be two different arenas. So there's two different arenas. One of them is a smaller arena.
I didn't know that.
So we're gonna play the first part of the group stage. I think it's in one side. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's two arenas. One of them is for the playoffs, and the other one is for the big arena. So the main arena will be the stadium on Singapore, and the one before is the badminton stadium. Not a joke. There is this badminton arena that is really cool, and there's like a lot of this massive like warehouse kind of deal, and that's where they're gonna put a lot of the group stages and things like that. So yeah, the problem is that normally before you used to get like 7 days to TI, so the tickets were like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and now you cannot just see the whole event in 1 week. So you have to be there for 2 weeks if you're a fan to watch it all. But I can see how maybe it's just something different, because before one of the ideas of TI that we discussed even in the episode that we have with Kyle and Caps is that the meta had to unfold in 1 week, right? And that's it. That's how it was in the past.
Yeah.
You didn't have time to analyze. You could in a way either cheese or pick up the broken, but now that you have a week between those two things, then a lot of things are going to change because we're going to start.
Yeah, I think it will also be lesser teams playing at first, right? I do think it will kind of, I don't know. I still really like the idea because I think what will be cool is you're going to have so much different Dota and the Dota will continuously get better. It's like a festival almost, like it's a very long Dota festival.
So
I think it's going to be hard for spectators for sure, like you said, but for the players, I think it's going to be pretty cool experience.
So now if we want to I know you guys will be busy, but I am telling you my summer plans. So right before the first week of Last Chance Qualifier is the biggest event in Singapore of the year. It's the Formula One and the festival. So it's like the big Formula One, the big festival is at the end of September 30th, and then going to the Dota events.
Wait, what do you mean Formula One festival? Are that two different things or is it the same thing?
So the Formula One circuit in Singapore is an urban circuit, like Monaco. So they're going to be doing a festival of food and a festival of music the same few days that the Formula One. So it's like a whole event in Singapore and it's going to be lit. So I intend to go, before to the Formula One, to the festival, and then into a month of Dota in Singapore.
That's on 30th of September is the Formula One stuff?
Yes.
But doesn't TI start
next week
and end in October?
So TI starts from the beginning of October until the end of October. It's all it's a month.
Okay, like a month of this whole thing. Yeah, sounds like an amazing way to spend a month in Singapore.
October 2nd, is the Formula One Grand Prix in Singapore.
What was the food? What was the food festival?
It's all that week. Yeah, it's all that week.
Oh, okay.
Because they're going to do it at the same time that everybody goes there for the Formula One. The Formula One circuit is in the middle of the city, and all outside is going to be like the festival, music, food. So,
but do you think all the teams will be traveling there at the same time, or do you think that the wildcard teams will be going before?
They're gonna go before, I think. I think that the key here for us is how do we want to boot camp it? Do we want to boot camp there, or do we want to boot camp in Lisbon?
Probably in the region if possible, but let's see. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I can see how. I mean, for me, that I don't have to play and there's no stress for me. It's gonna be an awesome month.
Yeah, sounds amazing. Sounds amazing actually. I remember last year actually if all the teams. Do you remember Johan? Like the like the scrims, if all the teams from all the regions gathered up quite quickly, or if
Yes, last year everybody was in Romania because they were scared about not being able to make it there.
oh yeah, the COVID.
Yeah, so
yeah.
they were there for a month, some of them before the event.
Some of them, but some of them, I remember staying. I think it was some of the C teams. They stayed really long in C.
Oh yeah,
And
correct. Fnatic, TNC and stuff. Yeah.
Yep, I'm excited. I'm excited about all this. I mean, I do like a lot Singapore. In my heart, I wish it was Philippines, or Malaysia, because then it's a different kind of vibe. Singapore is still expensive, and a lot of fans. I mean, let's think about it. It's actually a very, very expensive city and country. So when it's safe for us and it's really good, the hotels are amazing. There is like this area where we're gonna be staying. That is where all the nice hotels are. And there is like a whole circle of 1 kilometer where all the 5-star hotels are, but all of them are pretty expensive. So it requires an entry level of money, to be able to attend.
I've never been to Singapore. I'm excited.
Yeah, me neither. All I know is like this hotel that looks like a boat. There's been like a Dota tournament there, I think, at one point. I don't know what I was up to, but I missed it. Like it looks like a boat. It's like a rooftop.
Yes.
Like the building is shaped like a boat or something.
So the famous building, there's the two things and the thing on top with the pool, the infinity pool on the top. And yes, that area. That is where all the hotels are.
I see.
The badminton arena is across the river from that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be very hype, very hype. We'll do probably the live show there as well. We're looking for venues and things like that already. And for Arlington.
Should be hype. Should be very hype.
Oh, man. There's so many things that has happened in the last few weeks, In the last few weeks, it's been exciting. Obviously, winning the major was something unexpected and extremely interesting. And I think that Johan, you've been with them. The guys came back and Misha was like, okay, that's great, but I didn't fucking win it, So now we gotta win it because I haven't won anything. I haven't. This means shit. I remember that was the speech, This means shit. Like, okay.
Back to work.
Yeah.
I think he got very motivated from watching his team win like a major, even though I still think he won it, and I keep saying it. I still think True and Misha won it.
Yeah.
I would say more, again, you talk about responsibility. Everybody carries what they can carry. Everybody does what they can do. And it doesn't mean somebody did more for a win. I just think that they have carried more kilos than most of the group. And I like to think that the group would see it the same. They've put so much effort into this, and it would have never happened without all that work. Again, me and Seb haven't done much, with this team after they got together. And they listened, they learned as much as they learned a lot at the major. I don't think they would have won if they didn't. But yeah, Misha got more motivated from still watching, and I get it as well. I get it.
I talked to him after the event a few days after, and I was like, "Hey, dude, how are you feeling?" And I was like, "I'm feeling great, but I didn't want shit. I need to win now." I'm like, "Okay, dude, that's awesome, But it's good.
I'm just hoping he doesn't we
all had champagne,
himself.
Bro. We all had champagne when we came back. Yeah. Everybody celebrated. Everybody had a great time, bro.
Because he really deserves a lot of credit. A lot of credit.
He's so happy that they won, and I say he includes himself. He does.
Yeah. I mean, I remember after game 1 draft of the finals, we were all like praying that there was not gonna be like a problem with the line on the phone. It was like hey Misha, what should we do now moment, so yeah, I think that's like one of the moments, but there were many other moments, but yeah, so much that he has done and that Shu has done also.
I think, but it's the right mentality, because I think one of the things that he was not scared, but worry is that, hey, first, are we peaking too early, and second is, do we have the motivation? Because you can't just not say, okay, I won. That's it. And Misha definitely feels the chip on his shoulder, because he wants to be there and he wants to succeed with him being there as well. And he deserves to be there because I think he's a little bit better 5 than you said, Misha. I will adventure to say.
I am not gonna take the argument. I'll just say yes.
He's pretty special. Huh? He's a really, really good five.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's definitely amazing, this guy. But I think yeah, I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's gonna be a great experience for the team. I think win or lose, obviously now it's a win, so it's even more special. But I think it's very insightful.
Qualification.
Yeah, that too. Actually, that part is not to be understated. I guess, like when you look at the fact that we barely made it. But yeah.
Ceb,
The
can
first
you,
team to in
Johan,
Europe to
can you
do it.
believe that for the first time I can actually book the flights to TI? I can already start building the merch shop. I can already start
You always
organizing
could.
everything.
You always could. Anyone always could. You're just doubters. I don't know why you doubt. Easy final against Tundra. It was never out of control.
That's true.
Never out of control.
Knew it. We knew it. I don't know why you didn't book the
It's
flights
true.
earlier.
It's I confirmed all of it.
What else is going on in life for people? Any more weddings, Seb? I feel like you've gone to 30
How much-
weddings.
you-
in
you
the
don't
I'm
last
have
few
heading
years.
to
friends,
one next week. Actually,
You
No.
don't
you're
have more
going to another
friends.
one.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Are you like on a website like freeweddings.com?
Yeah, is this wedding crashers? Like, are you just
Yeah.
crashing weddings?
I'm getting paid for it, guys.
Yeah, you paid. That's like paid crowd.
It's a good business.
Go Ricky Crowd, so you're getting your paid actor, dude. Paid
I
actor.
don't even know whose wedding it is. I'm just there, like I'm just there.
How many weddings do you go, dude? How many weddings have you gone in the last 2 years? Just think about it.
I haven't gone to a single wedding myself, by the way. Just saying.
Neither
Like,
did
I have 12 this summer.
I
Overall.
don't have
But
I don't have 12 friends, Seb. I don't have 12 friends. Is you?
me neither, dude. Me neither. Actually, no joke. 12, 3 are on my side, and 9 are on my girlfriend's side.
wow. Wow.
Your girlfriend has 9 friends?
Yes, and she has said no to 2, so she would have.
Oh.
I don't know. It's insane. I mean, it's kind of the age, I guess, also. But what I mean is, like, it's gonna stop eventually. But it's too much. It's way too much.
Yeah, there's also some happening in OG, I think, in about a year from now. So more coming up, I guess.
What?
Oh.
What?
I can't say here, but you'll know him.
I'll know.
Isn't it you, Juan?
Me? I don't think so, dude.
It's not me, by the way. It's
I
not
really
me,
don't think
just
so.
the-
I mean, I can just marry someone for the sake of it if you guys want to go to a wedding, but
Like Vegas.
Is it legal in Texas, Jay? Could we do it?
in Texas?
I
Sure.
guess it's not legal there. You think so? No? I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to go shoot guns in Texas, though. So, I mean, I'm super anti-gun. Like, I am terribly anti-gun. Like,
too.
I think it's absolutely insane. I say this openly, and I'm going to Texas, so God bless, I am so anti-gun. It's crazy. I think it's insane that citizens could ever easily acquire it. And I understand hunting rifles, which with buck pellets and whatever. But anything automatic, even handguns with multiple rounds, is like, I don't understand. I don't do, and I never will understand. I thought enough about it. I think anyone else is just lying to themselves. But I still would enjoy going to the gun range. I think that could be a fun time.
Hey, have you seen any interesting movies? Because I watched the other day Top Gun, the new one, and I watched
Oh,
the
how
Everything
was that?
Everywhere and All at Once.
Tom Hanks, you haven't seen?
Tom
Tom
Cruise.
Hanks.
Cruise,
Tom
yeah.
Cruise. Yeah.
No, I just saw a lot of comments about it that it was great. Is it true?
It's cheesy.
Or
It's very cheesy.
cheesy?
Like
As
super
good as
cheesy.
as good as that movie will ever get, I guess. I mean, I haven't seen it.
Okay.
I don't.
I
I
have
remember
seen
seeing the first one as a kid, but
So the first one is actually one of my favorite movies of all times. And funny enough, I told the story before in another podcast that Tony Scott, the director of Top Gun, was a massive inspiration for me. And on the movie was, I think it was 86. It's cheesy, the original movie, There's a lot of high five, a lot of one-liners, a lot of these static shots that are very cheesy. But on the 80s, it kind of worked. But they try to recreate the same kind of movie now in 2020 when they film it. And it feels cheesy. It feels very, very cheesy because they're trying to build the same kind of like vibe. But I wanted to make a call for the movie Everything, Everywhere, and All at Once or something like that. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Yes. It's probably the best movie I've seen in the last few years. I watched it twice in the cinema already.
Interdimensional rupture unravels reality and unlikely hero. Okay.
It's a movie that the Daniels, the two directors, Daniel Kwan and the other Daniel, made together. They
I'll watch this
directed.
tonight, I think.
They directed before a movie called The Swiss Army Man, where with the guy from Harry Potter. This movie,
Oh, it's
dude,
just released.
this movie is honestly the best movie I've seen in the last few years. It's magical. It is crazy, crazy. You have to abandon yourself into this movie because if you're trying to make sense of what you're watching, nothing makes sense. I'm not gonna tell you anymore, but I think it's the best movie I've seen in the last few years. So there you go.
Interesting. Okay, it has really high ratings.
3 hours.
I thought it was just out. It came out in April. It's still in the movies here, though.
Yeah.
You might want to watch it in the movies, perhaps. Okay.
It's 3 hours, but it is worth it. It's a fantastic movie. I think Johan, you will like it. I think it's gonna be.
Sounds like
your
my
vibe.
jam.
Yeah, it's a vibe. Besides that, boys, what else is going on in your life? We have 7 or 10 minutes left on the podcast, and my God, obviously I was in. I think the photos came out. I was in Malaysia with our friend Topias. I got to see him with Rina, with Mawar. Went out and had a street food. It was amazing. Everything was spicy, and I had to drink water compulsively because I don't tolerate the spicy food. But dude, he's in a great place. Kuala Lumpur is amazing. I've never been there before, and it was awesome.
How did he jam? Like, how did he, what's it called? Like, integrate the Malaysian, way of life and whatnot? Like,
0, probably.
0? Really?
So I would say that I always was very close. We were all very close to Topias. Being there, dude, is the first time that I hung out with him as a boy. Like as a dude, like he was funny, relaxed with his wife, and we had a great time. But he is as Finnish as he gets. You cannot really get more Finnish than this guy that is from the north of Finland and he's north of the wall. And now he's there in a city which is 40 degrees with 95% humidity. And yeah, I mean, you can see him from far away, this white dude all in black. And dude, a lot of fans came to say hi to him when we were there on the streets you're walking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And a lot of double takes.
That's funny.
Because we went out one night to have like a street market food. And people were like, what is a wild Thompson, or a Thompson in the wild? What is he doing here? And people were like, what? Is that you? Is that you?
Oh, because they don't know that he's staying there.
They weren't sure. Oh, okay.
Well, and also it's not like
I
you.
see.
I don't know. Maybe thinking, well, if I see him in a mall, it makes sense. But you see him in a street market, like sitting on a plastic chair in the middle of the night next to me. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He was great. He's in a great place, and he just, wants to come back to Europe. I think he likes it more in Europe.
Oh, maybe to hear it's good. Malaysia sounds hot. It's so hot here today, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, but Malaysia is beautiful, dude. So after Malaysia, I went to Australia. So I went from the 37 degrees into the cold winter. And
Wait, was it cold winter there?
yeah, it's southern hemisphere. So the seasons are upside down,
How
So-
cold does it get there?
Cold.
I
'Cause it's all
wonder.
water. It's all water.
Okay.
Sydney. Have you been to Sydney, Seb?
No, I don't. Where were we, Johan?
We
I forgot.
were in
Was it?
Melbourne, and then
Oh,
I went to
Melbourne.
Sydney. I don't know if you went.
Yeah, no. You
No.
went. Yeah, it was Melbourne for me.
I got recognized twice in Sydney. Me.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Damn.
From the Bonky Business podcast or show. But yeah, it's one of my favorite cities in the world. It's just amazing. It's just very far from everything. I spoke to Anna when I was there. I was thinking of going to Melbourne and jump, but I couldn't. I didn't have the time. But yeah, I went to
It's a long ride, right?
an hour and a
Like,
half
it's really-
flight, I think.
Okay, yeah,
something like that.
Not
It's,
so bad,
it's a
yeah.
flight. Yeah.
And now I just got back to LA, and I'm gonna be here for 2 days, do laundry, change passports, change my clothes because I went from winter clothes to summer clothes, and then go back to Europe because it's pretty hot in Lisbon right now. And then I'll be there
Change
for a month.
passports. You're gonna get that in US done in time for 2 days?
No, it's already have it. I just have 2 passports.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I travel with the Spain one that way and with the American one that way.
I see.
But no, it's it'll
World
be great.
traveler.
Yeah, last year I did like most of the year remote, and wanted to stay a little bit more in LA this time, but I guess we're done. We're done with staying in LA. Now summer is starting and we're done because there's too many events and too many things. The CSGO guys, have they already played today? They were playing.
No,
against...
they play at 7, I think. No.
Okay.
I mean, the academy was playing earlier.
How do you feel that right now we have so many more OG teams? We have the Dota team, the CSGO Academy, Valorant VCT, and Valorant VLR. We have like games every day. Do you guys get to watch some of them?
Yeah, I mean, every time we get the chance, I guess. Sometimes it's hard because it's too much. But
I think we're playing. Is this live? Yeah, I think we're playing still the academy.
The academy is playing now, and the main team is playing at 7 p. 2 hours now.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I watch whenever it's on, and I'm not doing anything. I get to watch here and there. It's so much fun, dude. My heart though, it's not good for my heart. I think.
I know. I'm very happy. I'm just a very happy guy. We're very lucky. I know we work very hard, but we're also very lucky. I think it's the OG magic in many ways. The universe giving back. The show was great. The company is going great. The team is going great. I don't know. It's a
winner.
Happy moment.
Ooh.
It's a happy moment.
I mean, it's like, the more I think about it, the crazier I think it is. Like, a bunch of new players that, for the most part, nobody knew about. Even like Misha, even True and stuff. Like, even the coach, like, I'm not saying people didn't respect them, but there was nothing to be respected, kind of. Like, people just did not know who they were, and then they just win the major. I think this deserves credit. I think the org and the way things are done, it has to deserve some credit because I think it's kind of unheard of. Also, winning the major when it's your first big tournament. I mean, of course, there was the Dubai LAN, but it's still, first Valve event. Boom, and then you just win. That's a feeling I cannot go back in time. I will never experience it. Were you successful, Johan, in Han? Like your first big tournaments, whatever they were you successful right away? Or
yes,
did you...
I had the easiest ride in Han. Everybody was so fucking bad, and we just stomped everyone.
So the first LANs, the first big LANs you went to, you won?
We never lost. Yeah, we only lost one LAN in the whole time we played. We won like, I don't know, 7 or something maybe.
Okay.
Ease mode. People were really bad though.
You never had the feeling of like...
I came Dota and so cocky, I came into Dota like... I actually thought I was gonna smash Puppy, smash Navi, like all these kids ain't got shit on me. I get in there, I switch to support. I have to play support against their Chen, and I pick Chen to steal it, and they know what to do against it. Oh, my brain, I got so owned, dude. Like, my head was hurting. It was so sad. My ego was hurting even more. Oh my god.
Yeah. Sounds like the Dota ride for you.
Yeah. So Han was easy, but Dota was not.
Okay. Because I mean, getting to a big tournament for the first time and getting owned, it's a special feeling.
It's impressive. It's so impressive. Yeah.
For sure.
Well, Ceb, can we officially make you a member of this show? Or are you still going to try to get away every week and we have to chase you into Fridays?
Oh, you mean for the podcast?
The show. Just do it. Just do it.
One more week before I'm official.
Right. One more week before you're official. I'll let you continue this fantasy that you build in your mind where you still have a choice.
It makes me feel wanted, man. It's nice. Mm-hmm. Like one more week. Okay.
Oh, yeah, let's go, OG.
Look at this guy. You want me to be official with this guy?
Hey, you're the one that chose him. You're the one that broke him. Now you take care of him.
Okay.
All right, we're going to wrap it up.
Technically, he chose me. Okay.
He chose you.
Also.
Also, we have a very interesting thing that I wanted to wrap the show. And Mav, you figure out how to make sense out of all this episode. We have seen a lot of data. We did a study about people that watch the Monkey Business Show.
Hard.
And a lot of people are actually not subscribed. More than 65% of our views come from unsubscribe people. So subscribe, okay? And
we can make that 69. 4 more percent don't subscribe.
4 more percent, and the dream is real. And then we found actually something very funny, that 98.2 people have the notifications muted, which I have them muted too, so I understand it. But yeah, so for all those
as long as they don't have Johan muted, That's what I don't understand.
But I think I know why that is. Because I like to watch most of my things at a certain time of the day, and it will show up anyway at my homepage. I don't want to see more notifications. I already see like 100 every day. It gives me anxiety. I want it to stop. I want it to end. So
It's
I understand.
okay, yeah.
Mute all notifications, people. I'm with you.
And something very interesting as well is that most people watch us in the computer. So they get
Oh,
to
really?
see us. Yes.
I'm
So that means
surprised.
that they actually see us. They see us. They sit there, see the show. So this is a visual medium for them, for actually a big majority of people.
Okay.
So it's
Interesting.
Dota players mostly that get to also watch us. So, hey, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, we'll continue doing this. I promise to the company and promise everybody that we will not miss another week because we missed last week and that should never happen again. So we'll do better next time. And yeah, boys, thank you so much again for your time.
Yep. Great to be back.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Yeah, take care.
Cheers.